Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
From the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
The seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home, from back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, wache, dollar, Ghana dollar. Oh my God, Ama dollar. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom. London. Yes.
As you can see, I've got short hair and I'm going to put it on and I'll show you the outcome. See you in a bit. And this is the result. And as you can see, I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you're looking for someone who can do really good quality extensions, new pop wigs and wigs, I highly recommend Camina. Camina hair.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
From the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home from my home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, weche, dollof, Ghana dollof. Oh my God, Ama dollof. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom, London. Yes.
As you can see, I've got short hair, and I'm going to put it on and I'll show you the outcome. See you in a bit. And this is the result. And as you can see, I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you're looking for someone who can do really good quality extensions, new pop wigs and wigs, I highly recommend Camina. Camina hair!
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Radio show. The best radio show.
All around the world. Broadcasting live online. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Welcome.
All right, let me say a massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Starr Radio UK Monday edition of the morning show. And I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
All right, so from now till exactly 12:30, I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As you see on this platform, it's making the headlines. Rest assured of one thing, I'm going to bring it to the fore. So this morning, once again, I say good morning. Now, I hope that you enjoyed your weekend. Did you? That's a big question. Did you enjoy your weekend? But let me take this opportunity to say good morning to my producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Francis, I hope you are doing very, very well. And to Eben, all the way in Cape Town, South Africa, a massive good morning to you. To Delta in Kumasi, Ma'am, this is Ryder Hammond, good morning to you. Miss Olaimi Kweki, good morning. Niana Najo, good morning. Atakofi, good morning. Alex, the Zongo man, massive good morning to you. To Mr. Frank Davis, KB Bosman, Vicky Newton, and to May Queen of the May Kill Lounge. Yes, good morning to you. Special good morning also goes all the way to no other one but the one and only Totsino, wherever you are. Good morning. Those of you who watch us live via Koiki Media platforms, Yoruba Nation platforms, United States of Biafra platforms, I want to salute each and every one of you. Once again, say welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK and this is your morning show. A special good morning goes to our own HRH Linda Pallien, who will be joining us at 12 o'clock with Career 101. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. But from now to 12:30, as I said, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar, if anything is making the headlines this morning, be rest assured of one thing, that I'm going to bring it to the fore. So wherever you are, once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good dawn to you. Once again, welcome to the program. So, by what program I'm going to bring you the code for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel up. They will move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then we continue from there. Exactly at a 11:45, the line is activated so that you can add your voice to the discussions. And then exactly at 12 o'clock, we'll cross over and bring you Career 101 with HRH, Linda Pallien. Yes, and I hope that you enjoy that program. But I would say this morning, don't touch the dial at all. Continue to stay tuned and listen to us via Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. But before I go on, let me bring you this announcement. The promo. Well, Health with Patricia is coming soon on Starr Radio UK. It's going to be coming your way on Tuesdays from 12 to 12:30. Every Tuesday, 12 to 12:30, Health with Patricia will be coming your way, and we hope that you stay on, because I mean, when it comes to health-wise, it cuts across. And lack of knowledge, people perish. You don't want to perish. So you want to be able to know all that bit. So we'll be bringing that your way. For those of you in the diaspora, those of you other parts of the world who want to also enjoy it and share it with your listeners and friends and loved ones, why not? You'll be able to do that. Health with Patricia coming your way every Tuesday, kicking off from the 16th. The 16th of. Will it be the 16th? Yes, the 16th of June. Yes, that's next Tuesday. Tuesday's coming week, exactly. That will be the date that the production team has given me. And so look out for that there. Let me say good morning to our money man, Mr. Dan Tebbery, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. I hope you are doing very, very well. Mrs. Evelyn Tebbery, good morning to you. Hope you are doing very, very well. Okay. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We are moving on. Okay. Now let's move on. So when it comes to the quote of the day, it says success by chance cannot be duplicated anywhere by anyone. Of course, there are some things that happens. That one is like divine intervention coming in and turning situation around. You can't duplicate that anywhere, because that is a one-off thing that divinely came to pass. But wherever you are, let's see what happens on that front. All right then. As we move on. Okay. When it comes to the weather front, well, it's not going to be a lovely weather. But for those of us who like the cool weather, we will be enjoying it. But this afternoon, we'll see rain clearing to the east, perhaps bringing the odd rumble of thunder. After this, it will turn mostly dry with sunny spells and patchy cloud, largely sunny by the evening. Tonight is expected to be mostly dry with clear spells and some patchy cloud around. But towards dawn, an area of thicker cloud and showers will start to drift in from the west. Total temperature is going to be 17 degrees. The lowest is going to be 9 degrees. Pollen level high. UV level moderate and pollution low. Sunset 21:15 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04:45 hours. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go on to look at how your travels is going to be like if you are in the UK. Are in the London area. What has the weather, the travels got for you there? Starr Radio UK. So on your travels this morning, yes. Apart from the Northern Line that is experiencing delays, all the underground lines are running a good service. If you have delays between Kennington and Battersea Power Station, oh boy, if you have come in now, Kennington and Battersea Power Station, the rest of the line is experiencing good service. That is due to point failures. Now on the district line as well, a new one that came in, no service between Turnham Green and Richmond while they fix a signal failure. South Acton, good service on the rest of the line. That aside, all the other underground lines are running a good service. On the London Overground, there is past suspension for Mild May between Willesden Junction and Richmond. Now, no service between Willesden Junction and Richmond while they fix a point failure at South Acton. Good service on the rest of the line. DLR, London Tramlink, all running a good service. Now, on the major roads in London, what have I got for you? On the major roads in London, apart from the Silvertown tunnel that is still experiencing serious delay due to works that is going on there, all the other routes or the major roads in London are running have no exceptional delays. And on the river bars as well, we want to say, good service there. The London Cable Car is also running a good service. Now, on the National Rail, being the final segment of our travel updates, as I say, keep your eyes on the roads, has got only one incident there, that is Scott Rail, that is running a special service. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that is how I'll say it once again, as I normally would. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your comments for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We come back, we'll continue with the program, me taking you on Global Trotting. However, let me take this opportunity to say good morning to Atakovi. I hope you are doing very, very well. And Niana Joe and all the inhabitants of Asham. And I hope that the floods in Accra has not affected you. Massive good morning to you all there. All right then. Now let's move on. Let's take a commercial break and I'll be with you. Stay tuned. Don't tag the dial.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London 1122, and let's go global trotting. Okay, so what have we got for you here, and what have I got for you that is making the rounds here in the UK? Tech firms have 3 months to stop children seeing or sending explicit content. Starr is saying the government says it will introduce new laws if firms don't act to prevent children from sharing or receiving nude pictures. In other stories, vulnerable women lured by illegal sperm donor services on social media, and parents to receive guidance on children's screen time in UK first. Okay, an abuse survivor fury at mom's early jail release. Ooh, all right then. We're going to be telling you more about that. 6 more due in court after Henry Nowak please protest. There are some stories making the rounds this morning. This is all coming away from Star Radio UK. All right, let's move on. To some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well as we go on. Well, kicking off from the US of A, and what have I got for you? Come Thursday, and the World Cup kicks off. Well, Trump abruptly ends NBC interview after clash over rigged election claims. Now, at least 90 people are dead after a major, we're looking at the US, but it's reported coming away from there as well. At least 19 people fear death after major earthquake strikes southern Philippines. The magnitude 7.8 quake triggers small tsunami waves in Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan. Now, 5 people injured in stabbings at New York City's Penn Station. And those are stories making the rounds. Downing Street hits out after Vance posts about Henry Nowak. And then U.S. stock slams as fears of big tech shake Wall Street, and astronauts return to ISS after sheltering during air leak repair attempt. Well, it's all sorted out now in the Latin American area. What have we got there for you? Insecurity, instability drive voters in Peru's tight presidential race after 8 presidents in 10 years. Many voters are looking for stability so the next president can focus on tackling crime and inequality. And do you see anything of there? Now, Mexicans chase a world record wave, but is the trend even Mexican at all? The Mexican wave, you remember that? Well. So let's do some. Ooh, you take it and then you take it there. Well. Star Radio UK. Okay, we'll do that. Don't you worry about it. Now, moving on to Europe as well. Let's see what is happening in Europe. What have I got there for you? Armenia pro-West government wins election despite Russian pressure. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's civil contract party secures nearly 50% of the vote, comfortably beating the other contenders. In other stories as well, no dead ends. What the Dutch can teach us about tackling youth unemployment. And Spain visitors numbers hit new highs as tourists avoid Middle East. And then Severus beats Koboli intense Paris final for first Grand Slam. The huge crowd strong Madrid street for Pope's open mass. Those are some of the stories making the rounds this morning for you. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 10 dead after migrant boat capsizes near Malta. Italian coast guards have said, and Zelensky's close European allies set out 5 conditions for peace talks. Do you think Putin will hearken to that, or is it one that is feasible? Palpable that we think that we can get something out of that? Well. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, in Asia. Friends or leverage. Why is Xi Jinping in North Korea? They talk about that it's going to be in North Korea. And as I did say earlier on, in the Philippines, 19 people are dead after major earthquake strikes southern Philippines. The magnitude 7.8 quake triggers small tsunami in the Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan. We don't look at the sky anymore. The Air India crash victims who were not on the plane. All right then. Those who were on the ground and the plane crashed on them, what compensation have been given to them? What is the government of India doing to address that issue there? Not very sure of it. But still coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So in Asia, China cracks down on soft porn, violence, and materialism in viral micro dramas. Okay, and the world's car makers are struggling to compete with China. How true is that? Secret channels and unregistered workers. China's coal mine disaster is a reminder of darker days. All right then. In other stories still there. In India as well, what have we got there? Ragas and symphonies. India maestro Ilayaraja is still reshaping music 50 years on. And so Vayanishi 15 gets first India call up, and Trump confident of India trade deal despite new tariff threats. Okay, there are some stories making the rounds there. I'm moving on straight to the Middle East as well, and let's see what is happening. Last night when we went to bed, I was monitoring stories making the rounds, and I thought, oh boy, has the whole thing flared up again, or what are we going to be seeing there? But interestingly, Trump tells Israel and Iran to stop shooting after first strikes on each other since April. On Sunday, Trump had reportedly urged Israel not to retaliate in new posts. He says both countries should stop their attacks immediately. Well, but did Israel stop? No. Israel strikes Beirut suburb days after U.S. brokered truce, and that was what brought about Iran's attack. But we know that Israel also tried to fire a missile to Iran as well. And 1 dead and 5 injured after shooting in Israel. Funeral held for baby shot dead by Israeli troops in occupied West Bank. Well, the same investigation is going to be going on. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. On the African front as well at 11:30. And what have I got there for you? Malawian repatriated from South Africa amid xenophobia concerns. Malawi is among several African nations transporting their citizens out of the country following reports of violence against migrants. Hundreds of captives freed from Boko Haram mountain hideout. Some stories there. And South Africa president unveils crackdown on illegal migration, and it was either killed or be killed. Ongoing nightmare of an ex-child soldier in Somalia. Okay, and there's been a fall in official Ebola numbers, which appears to be good news, but it's not that simple. Well, it's a fall, but still, infection is going on. People believe in all sorts. But what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So, on the African front, the South African president has moved to defuse the anti-immigrant protests and sentiment that seems to be going on. But we'll tell you more about all that is happening. Osman Sonko warns opponents after being elected Pastef party chief. Okay, we'll see about that. All right then. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactly 11:31 as we bring you all that you need to know. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Outside Senegal, Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko has been re-elected party chief, as I did say earlier on. In Nigeria as well, what is going on? Federal government postpones evacuation of Nigeria from South Africa amid xenophobia attacks, and kidnappers of ex-minister Adelabu's sister nabbed in rescue operation. Iyabo Obasanjo resigns from APC. And Nigeria Army frees 360 people abducted by Boko Haram. I'm going to be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In Ghana as well, the new 100 Metro Mass buses have been dedicated for intercity services. We'll see how that is going to help them. And then Accra shines dry by rainy season reveals untold national crisis. But the issue is, what are we doing, or what are you doing against yourselves? Because if you litter, you throw garbage or rubbish into the drains, and then it rains and it's not going anywhere and floods up, do you blame government? Do you blame yourself? And then the other issue that I'm asking, houses or buildings that have been erected that have not got whether the permits were not the right one. If government goes after the owners and break those buildings down and all those stuff, how are Ghanaians going to behave towards it? Are they going to put on political spin? I want to hear from you on all those issues. But the president of Ghana, Mahama, is touring Belarus agro-industrial hub and pursues agricultural cooperation. They're looking at one that will help the local agriculture industry to be formidable, and there will be less importation of poultry products and stuff like that. And then preliminary hearing probe points to lack of permit in a Venor building collapse. What brought about that collapse? Was it the floods or what? You want to know more? I'm going to be telling you more on those fronts. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial as we go back for a commercial break. And once we come back, I bring you the details of all the stories that are tagged on this morning. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
From the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandu. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK at 11:37, and we just move on straight to the details of some of the stories that we've touched on this morning. And kicking off from the UK front, as I normally will, yes, that is home, where Prime Minister Keir Starmer has called for tech firms to introduce device controls that prevent children from sending and receiving sexually explicit images. Now, Starmer made an address a little earlier at London Tech Week about the government plan for tech reforms. Now, the Home Office has released its plans for what controls would be implemented. I'll be telling you, I'll be giving you the overview of it. If big tech firms don't intervene, the government will introduce new legislation requiring it, the Prime Minister added. Well, the existing laws already require firms to remove illegal content, including that which depicts child sexual abuse or promotes suicide or self-harm, or tech reporters have been saying. Now, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch says it's not enough to ban certain features, and argues that social media is not for children. So if you're listening to me this morning, what do you think? Do you think social media is for the children? Maybe they are resilient enough, but we see that they are not, and we see lots of things happening on that platform where the children cannot take what is going on there, and at times mentally it affects them. Some taking their life due to they seeing whatever thing that they are seeing and stuff like that. Well. Atakovi says, yes, greetings from Ashama. Atakovi, greetings to you, sir. I hope that you didn't suffer any of the floods in Greater Accra region. Ashama is quite a good place, but I don't know how things are there. But I know Niana Najo, the chief of Ashama, who is always in control of things. Yeah, he does things the right way. Kudos to you there. Okay, then Britain will become the first country in the world where it is impossible for children to take, share, or view naked pictures on their devices, the government has said. The big tech companies like Apple and Google must activate built-in features or implement technical solutions to detect and block nude images for children on both new and existing smartphones and tablets, it says. New. See, that's what we're talking about. So how many parents are going to be able to afford getting their kids new? So they're still going to be using the old ones. So it's like we've jumped, but we still landed in the same place until maybe your parents decide to buy change your phone for you or something. Well. Going on, images for children on both new and existing smartphones. Okay. Both new and existing smartphones and tablets. It says which would block nudity across the whole device by default. Now, those over 18 will still be able to take, share, or view nude contents through an age verification process, it says. Now, if the companies do not act within 3 months, the government will bring forward legislation to force them to activate blocking technology, it says. Well, kudos to all the Ashaman people. Yes. Atakovi says that they are safe there by the grace of God. Well done. You are doing good. We are doing good. So the Home Office has released details over plans for the children's explicit image controls, and it says one. Let me see whether I can get that for you. Okay. I'll do my best during the course of the program. If I get that details, I will bring that your way. I was trying to see if I could get that, but it doesn't look so. But now let's move on to some of the other stories that is making the rounds still here in London, as we just plow on quickly to look at them because of our time. Remember, at 12 o'clock exactly, we'll be bringing you Career 101 with HRH Linda Pallien. All right then. Okay. I think I will hop. I will hop. Okay, let's hop on to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Kicking off from the U.S., where Donald Trump, in an interview, stormed out because he was being questioned about his allegation that the election was rigged and stuff like that. U.S. President Donald Trump abruptly walked out of an interview with the NBC after being repeatedly challenged on several claims by the show's presenter Kristen Welker. Now, during the interview, which aired on Sunday, Meet the Press, the president claimed both the current primary elections in California and the 2020 presidential election were rigged. When pressed for evidence on California's vote by Welker, he said, "All I have to do is look and I listen." Now, after the presenter replied that is not evidence, Trump accused the media of being crooked. Now, before ending the interview, "Sorry, let's call it quits because I have had enough." The president has had a fraught relationship with the traditional media outlets, often accusing them of bias against him. The interview, set in a van as Trump appeared at an event with farmers in the Wisconsin, was delayed repeatedly due to technical difficulties and rain hitting the metal roof. The NBC reported that he walked out 50 minutes after sitting down for it on Friday. Much of the interview involved Welker questions Trump over the conflict with Iran, with him insisting that the U.S. needed to act to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon and that it will not be an endless war. Now, we're there for a few months and the threat is likely over, he said. Around 6 minutes before he left the set, the pair discussed the anti-weaponization fund and now dropped plan to create a $1.8 billion fund to compensate individuals who claim they were unfairly targeted or investigated by the government. The plan drew strong criticism from Democrats and some Republicans who argued it could result in payment to people prosecuted over the U.S. Capitol riots on the 6th of January. The pair then moved on to discussing the riots, and Trump was challenged after he repeated his unsubstantiated claims that the 2020 election was rigged. Now, Trump turned to the California primary elections, where votes are still being counted to determine which two candidates in a series of races, including governor of the state, will be on the ballot in November's midterm election. He said the result had not been called after 4 days, adding they're cheating on the elections. Yeah, that's Trump for you. And then, well, do you have evidence to support that? Welker responded, "All I have to do is look and I listen." The president replied, "But that's not the evidence." She interjected, "Full results have not yet been called in the state, where delays are common due to a particular meticulous vote counting process and broad use of mail-in ballot. Mail-in voting has long ached the president. He hates that. The thing that those mail-in ones, it can come from anywhere or from anybody." Now then, Trump then told Welker, "You either crooked or you stupid." After a further exchange, said, "Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time." Now, Welker attempted to continue the interview, but Trump interrupted. "I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what? A country can never be great with dishonest press." Now, he then gestured to people behind the camera saying, "Come on, let's go," before standing up and walking off the set. Now, after the interview was broadcast, Welker said, "I spoke with President Trump on Saturday and we both acknowledged the complication during the interview posed by the rain. He agreed to sit down with me another meet the press interview." Well, would you want to, when somebody calls you stupid? Well, when you want to go to the press, you face the press or you meet the press, you should be prepared because anything can be posed, any question can be posed at all. But when it doesn't go your way and you decide that, well, this is the way out, then Okay. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Now, Steve had said as well, is it the Minister for War or the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has criticized European nations over migration for allowing what he described as an invasion on their shores during a D-Day anniversary speech in France. Hegseth was speaking in Normandy 82 years after Allied forces stormed French beaches to liberate Nazi-occupied Europe in 1944. Now, sadly today, he said in a quote, different European beaches are stormed by different dangerous ideologies. Hegseth said, beaches in Spain, in Italy, Greece, and Bulgaria, boats and men arrived. When will European capitals do something about that invasion? Migration has become a major political issue across Europe, with parties supporting hardline immigration policies surging in polls. The Trump administration sees an immigration crackdown as a key part of the domestic policy agenda, requesting billions more in funding for enforcement agencies. The Hegseth comments marks further criticism of European migration policy by senior members of the Trump administration. Now, let me just leave it there for a bit and then digress. You remember how Gaddafi was overthrown or killed? Now, when Gaddafi was in position or was in power before his death, untimely death, let me put it that way, were there any crossings like that going on from Libya to Europe? Were they coming from whatever places? There wasn't. Why? Because he was strong. He was there. His economy was good. People came in there. They were able to work there. If they think that you are not, you don't have the necessary documentation, residential, blah blah blah, you are getting rid of, you are deported and stuff like that. So that helped Europe not to face the full brunt of what migration is bringing about. Now, what is the push and what are the pull factors? Now, foreign policies that have been made by advanced countries has been one of the factors where we take DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and we look at what goes on down there, where foreign countries, advanced countries, fly in their jets and just come to take their minerals and then fly them out. Of course, I wouldn't say that they are doing that in isolation. No. Indigenes, those who hail from that place, are all part of it. And they are, because they know that, they can sell it to them, because they have got a market for it, they continue to do so. And a place where it's supposed to be very rich, that people don't need, because they've got the best and the resources, natural resources and stuff like that. Look at them. Look at them. It's one of the impoverished parts of the world. Now let's talk about Sudan, where again leaders are there, and the country is rich. They have crude oil, all right? They have and other minerals as well, but they are so impoverished. In South Sudan, so impoverished. So the issue is, once again, what are we doing to ourselves? And then when it comes to the pull factors, people are here. Apart from wars and weather phenomena and stuff like that, and people looking for greener pastures and think we need to move, because if we don't move, like the leper's theory, we'll stay here, we die, we move, maybe we'll be killed, but if we're not killed and our lives are spared, we'll have something to eat, we'll survive. So that is a policy, that is what is going on. That we're going to a war. We talk about the Iraq war, where, they say, Saddam Hussein and blah, blah, blah. Saddam Hussein was good for his people at the time. But because they see the advanced countries are trying to see these leaders being that strong, and so that they are wielding mad power and they want control of their affairs and stuff like that, they will find ways and means to accuse. Give the dog a bad name, and then we can just go on boom, 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 boom. The next moment, go. And now the whole place has been destabilized, and the people are trooping in from that side. So Hex said, grow up. I know that you people don't want to allow me to come because you think that I've said something. Yes, of course. But the issue is our foreign policies is impacting other developing countries, and therefore that causes their people to decide to leave. And then when I say shame onto leaders of developing countries who are not able to utilize the resources and the income that they are making for the citizens, but rather are pocketing them. My, oh boy, oh boy. But I think it's about time our leaders rise up and make sure that whatever they are getting out of the country is used judiciously. And let's talk about a situation where I said I was digressing. So a situation where we have what do you call them? A country. We have a country where the leaders or people come in, they steal government funds, and then what happens to them? They run off. Okay, some hide the money because there is you cannot trace. I mean, with all these dodgy receipts and stuff like that. So what happens is that everyone in Africa on that particular equation is some way somehow affected by it. Go and build a bridge in Nigeria, and somebody takes the money and builds some shabby thing. The next moment, the whole thing, the lifespan of the bridge doesn't last and then collapses. Or so we are our own demons. But interestingly, when we talk about Africa, it's one of the most religious part of the world. People are going to church 24/7, praying, fasting, jumping, rolling, doing all sorts. However, the demons are the ones that you are seeing, those who are representing you and those who are, because we don't question how people make their money. We just celebrate it. The end justifying the means. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. I know I don't have enough time because I need to move on to Career 101. But in Europe, one of the stories making the rounds there this morning, Armenian Prime Minister Nicole Pashinyan's party has won a crucial election billed as being key in deciding whether the country continues to move closer to the West. Now, Pashinyan centrist civil contract party secured 49.8% of the vote, with a strong Armenia alliance coming in second with 23%. The Armenia Alliance was third with 9.9%. So we have strong Armenia Alliance and Armenia Alliance. Now, Sanders' vote was the first general election since Armenia, a small South Caucasus country of 3 million people, suffered a crushing military defeat by Azerbaijan in 2023. It was viewed as a test of the Prime Minister's push to deepen ties with the West, while facing mounting economic pressure from Russia, its largest trading partner and traditional ally. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're still moving on in Asia as well. We have the Chinese President Xi Jinping visiting North Korea. Now, who have we got in the shot? Now, for Chinese leader Xi Jinping, North Korea is the neighbor China can neither control nor afford to lose. So the two sides often describe the relationship as one forged in blood, a reference to the Korean War. Yet in recent years, mistrust has strained ties, and now Beijing is trying to reassert sways over a strategically vital yet deeply unpredictable partner. Now, China wants stability on its border and influence in Pyongyang, but without being dragged into crisis triggered by North Korea's nuclear ambition. So Xi's visit this week, he arrived in Pyongyang on Monday. It's likely to be less about friendship, more about leverage. Now, Seoul believes he may try to position China as a mediator between North Korea and the United States, but Beijing may have other motives. Now, Western diplomatic sources say that China has become increasingly concerned about the growing partnership between Pyongyang and Moscow. After meeting Russia's Vladimir Putin last week, Xi may want to ensure he also keeps North Korea leader Kim Jong-un in check, especially as Beijing increases its presence on the global stage. You don't just go and just blow things and just destroy things, because it will impact them. And that's what seems to be happening. Now, before we leave there, to go to one more area, is about an earthquake that has killed about 19 people. Now, these 19 people have died after a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck off the coast of Mindanao Island in southern Philippines. Officials have said the quake occurred on Monday at 07:37 hours. That local time, which will be 23:37 GMT, triggering tsunami alerts in the Philippines, Indonesia, Japan, and Australia. Some of those were cancelled hours later. Videos and images show building collapsing, creating a clip of a Jollibee fast food restaurant reduced to rubble. At least 134 people were reportedly injured across several provinces outside Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, Sarangani, and the city of General Santos. A local official said these numbers still need to be verified by the National Disaster Agency. Very, very sad time for them. I know they'll get the necessary help from various quarters of the world. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio, okay, as we move on. We thought that the war and the peace and everything was coming to a close. However, Donald Trump told Israel and Iran to stop shooting after the countries attacked each other's territory for the first time since April ceasefire. In the later post, he says Israel and Iran are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Israel carried out airstrikes in western and central Iran after Iran fired missiles at northern Israel. Now, Israel said dozens of its fighters jets completed strikes on Iranian defense system. Iran says it is the beginning of a full week of continuous strikes. It launched its attacks after Israel carried out airstrikes on Beirut in Lebanon on Sunday. The Israeli military said those strikes on Hezbollah targets in the city southern suburbs were a response to Hezbollah firing rockets at Israel. Who is doing what? And where would it end? It looks like total destruction is the only solution. Well, other countries, other African countries are repatriating their indigenes from South Africa due to the xenophobic attacks that seem to be going on there. However, the president is trying to diffuse the tensions in a TV broadcast. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa moved to diffuse growing anti-immigrant tensions on Sunday with a speech on national television. The country has seen weeks of protests and violent attacks amid calls for a crackdown on immigration. We will not be fooled or influenced by social media campaigns that spread misinformation, fake news, lies about people who are in our country. Ramaphosa says we must be concerned that anti-foreigner sentiment is at times accompanied by tribal and ethnic slurs, insults, and attacks aimed at other South Africans. That is not acceptable. Anti-immigrants group says foreign nationals in South Africa illegally are exacerbating the country's high unemployment and putting pressure on public health and education services. But Ramaphosa said illegal immigration is not the cause of all the country's economic challenges. There are other causes. The answer must be faster economic growth, greater investment, industrial expansion, infrastructure development, and creation of new jobs. Now, South Africa's coalition government places a new focus on the issue of immigration after it was formed in 2024 and says it has deported over 100,000 people in the last 2 years who were in the country illegally. Ramaphosa said there had been weaknesses in the way South Africa has managed migration and promised the government would take decisive action. Now, the Department of Home Affairs, the Border Management Authority, the South African Police Service, and the other law enforcement agencies have been and will intensify processes of identifying and deporting undocumented foreign nationals residing illegally in South Africa, he said. But he warned that authorities will not tolerate anyone taking the law into their own hands. But would that fall on deaf ears? And if somebody is living in an area where there seem to be people like that, what happens? Well, Central African Republic is the latest nation to agree to accept third country deportees from the United States, according to Reuters. The deal was reportedly reached during a U.S. delegation visit to Bangui last month. No details of numbers of nationals or timing of flights were available. The Trump administration had deported thousands of people to third countries under a series of often secret agreements as part of a broader crackdown in immigration. Lawyers say the use of third countries offers a legal loophole to indirectly force asylum seekers to return home. At least 8 African nations, including Eswatini, the DRC, Ghana, Sierra Leone, have taken in U.S. deportees, usually in exchange for financial or logistic support. So if it's a country and somebody is doing that to your citizens, how would you feel? How would you feel? Starr Radio UK. Well, the federal government of Nigeria has altered its timeline for repatriating Nigerian nationals fleeing the escalation wave of anti-foreign violence in South Africa. The initial phase of the emergency airlifting, which was planned to commence immediately, has now been pushed back to a later date due to unexpected administrative and operational challenges. Confirming adjustments, the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimibi Ebiemfa, released an official update clarifying that the departure of the first batch of returnees have been shifted from its Monday timeline to Wednesday, attributed to setbacks strictly to logistic issues encountered during the planning phases. According to the foreign minister, President Bola Tinubu gave executive clearance for 5 repatriation flights to facilitate the safe return of affected citizens. The operation will be fully handled by Air Peace, a prominent private Nigerian airline. Okay, so coming away from Starr Radio UK. It's gone 12, but hey, I'm still here to bring you everything that you need to know. The floods in Accra has brought about serious flooding. The rains in Accra has brought about serious flooding. But what are the causes of all this? What are the causes of all this? Well, the director of communication for the Baumia campaign team, Dennis Miracles Abuaji, has criticized the Mahama administration for what he described as the government failure to present a clear and comprehensive strategy to address the perennial flooding problems in Accra. How, when was the MPP government out of power? Is it not just almost 2 years ago? And somebody just come in and you are saying, so they were there for what, 8 years? What policies did they put across? Are you getting it? And that is how I look at stories all the time. I don't look at whether this is party A, that person hails from A, that person hails from B. No. And speaking on a show, Mr. Abuaje this morning argued that the government was merely lamenting the situation instead of outlining practical solutions to reassure residents affected by recurring floods. According to him, leadership is responsible for safeguarding the welfare, safety and prosperity of citizens, and government must be held accountable for delivering on those expectations. Mr. Abuaje stated that the citizens entrust their resources, freedoms and rights to elected leaders with the expectation that they will provide direction and ensure national progress. And one of the direction is that they are going to be breaking any buildings in the waterways. They're going to be breaking them down. So what does it think about that? And people, individuals who also decided to give permits to people to build in areas where it's water flat, waterways, and yet they were allowed to put those buildings up. We'll see what happens to them. All right. Now, the final story before we go. An engineer investigating the collapse of a 3-story building at Aveno in North Kaneshi says the structure appears to have been constructed without a building permit from the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Now, this structure did not spring up overnight. So we went to sleep. We woke up in the morning, there's a huge, whoa, who built it? Is where they angels or what? Now, Prince Cars Avotri, an engineer with the Ghana Institute of Engineering, disclosed while speaking to journalists at the scene of Sunday's collapse, which killed 2 people and left 2 others hospitalized. From what we are hearing, it looks like the assembly has not given out any permit. He said, "We are here to confirm that fully. but the building has no permit. Now, Kasavotri explained the significance of that finding. A building constructed without a permit means no approved architectural or engineering plans were in place to guide the work. If a building has no permit, it means that there are no planned works signed by an architect or a built environment specialist or an engineer for the construction to go on. He said. He cautioned, however, that investigations are still at an early stage. We are still in the preliminary stage. We picked some samples here. We'll go and do some tests. We'll do some models. And then we'll come out with the actual findings of what has gone on. Cass Avotri said, adding that he could not yet conclusively state the causes or the cause of the collapse of the 3-story building. But the issue once again is under whose watch did this building spring up? Catch my drift? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. This is where I have to bring the first part of the program to a close. We're going to take a break. Once we come back, I'll be bringing you no other one, but I'll be bringing you Career 101 with our own HRH Linda Pallien. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Career 101. Last week, she was chilling out. Not us chilling out. She was chilling out. Find someone to blame.
You keep breaking up a little bit, but hopefully.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Good.
Yeah.
I was asking, what are we looking at today?
So we're looking at making some money.
Okay, making some money.
Yeah, well, I heard Frank say, let's go make some money. So, so how to make of your current job?
How to
make the most out of your current job or your current work or your current salary.
Okay. Listeners, HRH Linda Pallien here. Get your pens, your notepads. It's very important. Take notes. And I promise you that after the program as well, we'll be bringing the podcast will be ready for you as well. But you can go back to the YouTube and the Facebook and everything that we are doing there to re-listen to it, because you want to make an impact. You got to listen to this program and listen to Our Lady. Over to you, Linda.
Fantastic. So, with everything that's going on, a lot of people have been looking at new jobs or how else to supplement their income. We've seen the rise in gig economy and side hustles and online businesses and what have you. But today I really want us to and we've discussed that on the show as well, as listeners know. But today I want us to focus on how to make the most of what you're currently doing in your current job. How could you ensure that you're not leaving any money on the table? So I'm going to run you through about 9 ways to ensure that you're making the most out of your benefits package or your salary package.
Okay, good.
Okay, so the first one is to keep receipts. A lot of us forget and throw receipts away. There's a lot of companies that reimburse you for fuel, for stationery, something that you get for the office. Definitely keep your receipts and check what the company's policies are, claiming them. And especially when you're working from home as well, you're able to claim for depreciation on your laptop or internet access or mobile phone if you're using your personal phone for work. So look into those things and see if you can claim back some money that way. A lot of people don't do it because they think, oh, it's a small amount, or I don't do it that often, so why would I? But it all adds up by the end of the year. So the first place to look is receipts, especially if you're hard on cash right now. The second thing to do is taking time off. So this is more about your own well-being. Most companies won't pay you for the overtime, or if you forget to take your annual leave, sometimes you lose it. So making sure that you're taking the time off that is rightfully owed to you will stand you in good stead in terms of making it. You'll be able to recuperate. You're getting paid for it anyway. So you can be making some money that way. And in the spare time that you have when you're taking the time off, then you can do your side hustle or your online business or just rest. So definitely take the time off that you're owed. The third reason, and I know especially I say this and I think about my mom because she's notorious for that, never takes time off until it's the end of the year and she's got annual leave to take, and she's being forced to take it on the day that she doesn't want to take it, or she'll just agree to lose it because she's spendable. The third thing we're going to look at now is maximizing employers matching your retirement. A lot of employers will match your retirement contribution that you make. So for example, if you pay 20 euros per month, 20 pounds per month into the retirement, they will pay the same and match that. So you get a bigger pot. So it's definitely worth looking into and seeing if you can afford to do that, because the more you put in and the more it's matched, the bigger the pot is for retirement for you. So being aware of it will at least help you to make an informed decision whether it's the right thing for you. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean that you're tied to that company too. It's just pro rata. Sometimes you have the policies where you're eligible to it after 5 years or after 10 years. I know I was working with a company, I don't want to mention the name, but one of the banks in the UK who did that. And for a long time, they were a very attractive company to work for because of that. The benefits they gave to the employees of, I think they got lower rate mortgages and they matched their retirement. But then that stopped halfway because it became unaffordable for them to do so. So then some people who had been waiting to do that realized that, the policies have changed, and if you enter the company at this date, you were no longer eligible to do that. So check with your employer, see what they're offering, and definitely if you can do one of those, then that's definitely a lucrative way to go in terms of getting some money and making the most out of your employment. The fourth one, which is one of my favorites, is negotiating your salary. I can't stress this enough. It doesn't go against you if you negotiate your salary. A lot of people are too shy to do that, or you take your manager's word for it, nobody's going to come to you and say, wow, you've done an amazing job, you deserve double. It's just like, and it's not because they're horrible people, it's just not how human beings function. You can prove the value that you provide, because everybody's providing a value, whether you're selling goods or selling services. Your time, your knowledge, your expertise, that's all value. If you can prove it and negotiate that way, at least they know that you have an understanding of what you bring to the table. And it also keeps you accountable to keep bringing more value to the table to justify how much. But if you don't negotiate, yes, you'll get maybe an increase in salary or promotion because people aren't totally mean, but you might not as much as you deserve if you started the negotiation process. And it really helps you to grow. It makes you sit down, take stock of what you've done, or you can even agree what are the main KPIs, key performance indicators, and how you can improve to be able to get to the next bandwidth or the next salary level or whatever it is. And it keeps both of you accountable. Definitely, if you haven't done it before, put it on your, I wouldn't say bucket list, but put on your short-term goals to do that very soon. And the answer can be yes or no, and that's a 50-50. But if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So definitely, if you do anything on this list, definitely negotiate your salary. It doesn't matter what everyone else is getting paid. Try and negotiate your salary.
Okay.
The fifth one is making the most of optional wellness perks. Now, a lot of companies you'll probably get discounts on gym membership, or a free health screening, or some massages if you're sitting on the desk a lot. So a lot of companies offer these. And rather than you waiting and paying for it yourself, look into what the company offers for you and how you can make the most of it. It'll save you money in the least, and you'll feel the benefits of working for an employer that looks after you too. So definitely that's another one to look at, wellness perks at the office. The sixth one is education. Again, a lot of employers will pay for you if you go back to school to get a master's or to get an MBA, or even high school diplomas, whatever it is for you. But there's a lot of, in your employment contract, there's a lot of perks, companies that offer those perks. They want to invest in you and keep you growing and learning, and make the most of it. If anything, it will stand you in good stead for your next job or your next promotion, etc. So definitely look at some of these tuitions or trainings, professional trainings that you can do that will be paid for. The seven is turning down opportunities to advance. Again, you might be losing a lot of money by not going for a promotion or taking on that extra responsibility. Obviously, caveat, the extra responsibility should come with the accompanying salary.
Of course.
But again, you have to do, as we said, like the cost benefits analysis, as we were saying earlier, of is it worth doing this extra responsibility, and how can I then use it as a stepping stone into this next level that I want to go into. And I'll actually combine this with another point about doing secondments, which are temporary. So you can do a secondment for 6 months, 3 months, and project work. So it's not permanent if you don't want it to be.
Yeah.
But at least it gives you an insight into a role. You get to introduce some variety. You get to retrain in the different departments, and it really helps for building your portfolio, your career portfolio, or if you're justifying a promotion or a pay rise, or even changing career. Number 8 is go to the doctors. Health insurance. A lot of companies will give you health insurance, and that's super important. I think the best country I know that do health insurance is Germany, where pretty much thousands of bills you pay, thousands of pounds that you would normally rack up, you pay nothing for because of your company health insurance. But the UK does a great job. UK employers do a great job at it as well. So, and of course all around the world. So if you're looking at any medical procedures or any checkups, then definitely see if your employer will be able to cover the cost of that. Even dental work is very expensive in the UK. So that's something that will save you a lot of money if you look into it and find out that you're eligible to at least some part of it being covered by a company. And then finally, just really playing when you should be playing rather than working 24/7. Take the downtime. It doesn't pay off all the time to be switched on and you're the one on call and you don't take the time to relax. There's usually no extra benefits from that, and then you're not as effective for when you're working because you work all the time. So definitely, if you take the downtime, of course we talk about work-life balance and work-life integration, that definitely comes in handy for just your own mental and physical well-being, to be able to take the downtime, and then you don't feel like you're being underpaid. When we spoke about remuneration, we were calculating how much you're really earning. If, for example, you get paid £12 an hour, 15, 20 an hour, and you're spending 3 hours in a commute, and then you're working over your lunch break, and you're working at home. When you break down all of those hours, you realize you're probably about £5 an hour.
Yeah.
And the weekends as well. So you really need to learn how to manage your work schedule so that it is beneficial for both parties. It's a mutual benefit that comes from that.
Wow, listeners, HRH Linda Pallien, as I told you, bringing you Career 101, how to make the most of your work now. Now, she's put a few of the pointers there, but I will not have time to go through it all. But like I promised you, make sure that you go back to the podcast and listen to it, and to the Facebook and the YouTube transmission there as well. It is going to be there, so go back to it and listen to it. But just a quick question on a couple of them, and then we can run up. Now, making sure you take the time off you are owed. Now, that is one thing that actually bothers our kind of people. Now, people don't take into account their health per se. They think that as far as I woke up this morning and I'm able to go, and throughout the year I've been able to go, I'm able to wake up and I go, so that is okay, so just get on with it. But you see Caucasians or people, most of the people who are here, knowing that no, it is time for us to take a holiday. Yes, it might be so busy. Yes, maybe the heavens are falling, but we take a break and then we rest. Now, how do we change that mindset of our people? Because I don't know whether it's because of the demands that are so much on us, and people are thinking, oh, I need to send this money here, I need to do that to this uncle and this brother and all this. How do we change that mindset?
It really, it's a mindset thing. I know I grew up, and up to now my parents still say, like as long as God's given us life, we need to work, we need to save for a rainy day. I mean, this rainy day is always, funny enough, when you have, it happens that when you save for a rainy day, the rainy day comes, sure enough. This is like manifest. And you see people work and then give their money to all of these other people who have hobbies back home, and have hobbies, and they're enjoying themselves. And it really is a prioritizing your health. The body is a machine, just like any other machine out there. It needs like the servicing, it needs a routine maintenance, it needs the upkeep, and it needs some time off. and you can justify this because you're feeling fine today, that you're going to be doing that all the time. One thing that I find really helps, actually, and I wrote this in the book, was top 5 regrets of the dying. Nobody ever dies and says, "Oh, I regret not working more."
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And if you think about how short life is and the real meaning of life, work is supposed to be a vehicle for you to express yourself and fulfill your purpose and be part of society, but it shouldn't be the only reason you live. So I think, again, this into perspective for a lot of people, and realizing the balance is so important. Just like you have all the kids and the dependents and whatever, time is equivalent to love for most people. Being able to stay with your dependents, aging parents, visit your children, that is priceless.
Wow, listeners, if you are listening to us, we know predominantly our listeners hail from Africa, the Caribbean area, and there is this saying that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and all play and no work makes Jack a mere toy. So there should be a balance there. But we hope that you've enjoyed today's program. Now, one thing that you talked about as well, that was the first and foremost, was keeping receipts. Now we have people that, that one, I've used it for a bit, and then off it goes. So we don't claim back. Maybe some things, but I have a friend. I bet she's listening to us. Oh my, she will find everything, and she will have to claim it 100 years later. Say, yes, I'm back. It's there. So far as the guarantee or the warranty or whatever is on. How do we create that mindset as well?
Of keeping receipts, you mean?
Yeah.
Definitely, it's a habit. It's a habit, and once you do it once, it's easier to replicate. And there's loads of apps. The UK system is one of the easiest to navigate. This is for small business owners, but also for employees. If you're scanning a receipt, and sometimes you might not even be eligible to claim it. But if you're scanning your receipt or you're keeping an Excel sheet, if in the minimum do that, keep an Excel sheet. Oh, I bought coffee for the customer whilst they were waiting, or I went over and did that. That could be a negotiation tool when you're talking about pay rises and stuff. So if you think of the benefits of just having that to hand, I drove X amount of miles to pick up this thing, and that saved us this money. Those are all reasons to leverage when you're negotiating your salary or you're negotiating a promotion, or justifying why you allowed the time off, because you've gone and done all of these extra things. But definitely make it a habit. Everybody's got a camera phone these days. Take a picture of the receipts at least and keep it in a folder and an album. And then eventually you go on to keeping it. But once you've done it and you see how much you can save, it's so worth it. We're used to keeping our bills and that come to us, and that shouldn't be any different. Electricity, water, council tax, everything. Hopefully you have all and well documented. If not, start. You're gonna need it soon.
But that not make you mean, because some people, that's why they disregard that, they just chuck it off because they think that, I bought that customer that came out, I bought them a cup of coffee, or just something little. So well, doesn't it make you feel mean? Yeah. Mean, that you are too thrifty, you don't want to spend, or the little that you spent, look at what you are doing.
You're not saying it to show off that, I've done this, and if nobody's forced to do it, but it's nice, and your boss will say thank you, or whoever you did it for, they'll say thank you, and they'll appreciate it, and the customer will appreciate it.
Yeah.
1 year, 2 years down the line, when you're trying to get a pay rise, or you're trying to negotiate, and that customer's truly gone and it's all forgotten, it just helps to remind them, look at all of these things that have gone. So So it's not keeping tabs per se, but it's more about gestures and saying, look, I go above and beyond to do that.
Okay.
I understand what you mean. It can have an element of being Pepe, but
yeah. Okay.
More and keeping getting into the habit of keeping records for yourself.
Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It's 10 minutes past 1. We're going to be bringing the program to a close, but it's nice to have our HRH Linda Pallien with us on Career 101, and what we've had a look at today, and a lot more that we've had a look at in the past. I want to encourage you to go back there and listen to it. It will help you a great deal. But before we go, I know Linda, she's written lots of books there, and she's doing lots of courses and everything. So I'm going to give her the platform to tell you more about it, and she'll put her contact details there as well for you, so that you can get in touch with her. Don't be a fool. Apologies for that word though, but in the abundance of water, it takes only the fool to be thirsty. Now, there is lots of information. Make sure you take advantage of it. Over to you, Linda.
Thank you. So there's a lot of materials that I've put out right now on careers, on any aspect of your career at every stage. So whether you're just starting out, whether you're feeling like you want to change careers, or whether you want to advance in a particular career in, maybe you have multiple interests and you don't know which one to put attention to. Maybe we've spoken about negotiating your salary, and maybe you don't feel confident to do that. I have a complete workbook that takes you step by step of how to do it, what to say, what questions to anticipate, how to answer them. It's a complete workbook. It's called the Career Series. So the first book is How to Career, which helps you to evaluate opportunities and to see if you're in the right career for you. The second book is Career Success Tools, and this will give you everything from marketing yourself, branding yourself, negotiating, standing out, anything that would make you stand out and command a higher salary. And then the third one is the Ultimate Career Workbook, which just puts those two together and is your Bible pretty much, that you can take into meetings, negotiations, interviews, and you'll have everything that you need, how to handle objections, everything in those books. So it's a career series. It's now available on Amazon on UK, Amazon US, in Canada as well, and all around Europe. And all you need to do is enter Linda Pallien into Amazon, and these books will pop up. You can also pre-order them on my website, and you can order a signed copy via my website too. So I'm definitely really excited about sharing this with you. It's a huge, thick book. That's what most of the people who order comment first. It's a thick book, but honestly, it's so value-packed. It'll be the best career material you've ever purchased, personal and professional development in one.
Wow. Okay, your contact details, please.
Absolutely. So you can contact me via my website, lindapallien.com, or on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Linda Pallien. You can also find me at my cheerleader, or at mycheerleader.com as well. You can order the books from there.
Okay, listeners, let's say thank you very much to our Linda, who has come our way this afternoon with this wonderful presentation. Linda, have a lovely day. We'll catch up later.
Yes, thank you. You too.
All right then. Well, listeners, okay, this is where I'm bringing the program to a close for today. Yes, it's been quite a wonderful program, and it is Starr Radio UK, 40 minutes past the top of the... Yes, it's exactly 24 minutes to the top of the hour. Yes, because that was a pre-recorded program. That's why it's giving you that. But wherever you are, once again, let me say thank you very much for tuning in today to enjoy the morning show. Tomorrow, God willing, we're going to be coming your way once again with another edition of the morning show. That'll be the Tuesday edition. But remember, next week, Tuesday, the 16th of June, this program will be coming your way live. No other one but Health with Patricia, coming soon on Starr Radio UK, coming on the 16th. I can put a date on it, a timeline on it. So make a date and you will enjoy it. All right then. Until then, let me say thank you very much. As I did say earlier on, we're going to take a break, and when that break ends, you don't hear from me or you don't see me. It's me, your one and only Archie, saying have a top of the day. I'm out like that. Stay blessed. Bye.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
This is Starr Radio UK.
While the others keep on talking, we keep on rocking. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.